If you've ever been to AA, you'll know that one of the things people often talk about is how many years of their life they lost to alcohol, how much time they wasted drinking and being drunk, time that they'll never get back. Sometimes I wonder how much time I've wasted being afraid. For the majority of my life, fear has been present in the background. Anxiety, shame, embarrassment, and guilt are tied to the four corners of my mind. Fear has me drawn and quartered. My fear is an orchard that was precisely plotted, planted, and pruned over decades to become what it is. It serves a purpose, or it did in my past. It taught me what I needed to know, who I needed to be to survive, but nothing more. And a life of mere survival is the life of an animal, running the latest hardware on an ancient operating system. It's a waste of the human brain's potential, but it's also dangerous, like a child driving a car. Anxiety is the messenger of my fear. First, it brings attention to itself through my body. It lives in a little hollow place just behind my solar plexus. The term hollow might be misleading. It is a vacuum, a grape-sized ball of negative pressure. It steals air from my lungs and atrophies my diaphragm so that no breath is big enough to satisfy my need for oxygen. Once fear has my attention, it will lure me in with promises. It knows my weaknesses. We grew up together. It will paint pictures for me, pictures of the past, pictures of how I was hurt then and how I will be hurt now, how I hurt others. It draws up a tally of every similarity in my current circumstances to a situation in which I was hurt before. It demonstrates how I could be hurt this time, yes, but even worse, I could be crippled, permanently damaged. And God only knows, don't you think you've let us down enough times before? Why do you always insist on doing these things when you know you're just going to get us hurt again? Do you have any idea how much damage you've caused to other people? This is how it controls my mind. It digs channels, and my thoughts flow easily through the oldest and deepest ones. It just so happens that for me, the memories that resurface most often tend to contain moments when I was concerned for my survival. Breaking this pattern is like trying to reroute a river. It's an immense undertaking with so many moving parts that I often feel trapped, not knowing where to even start, let alone how. In alcohol-related crimes, it isn't uncommon for the courts to prescribe sobriety plans and classes as a condition of parole. In these classes, the perpetrators may be shown real footage of the victims of such crimes. Dead bodies in the splintered carcass of a car, the booster seat still strapped into the back, spouses and children that have been killed in a domestic dispute. These videos are tragic, horrific, but their message is clear. This happened because of someone like you. It might not have been you this time, but next time, who knows? My fear does something similar, only it's my body that is bruised and broken, my lungs that have been winded, my feeble hands fighting back against someone far too strong for me to overcome, someone impossibly strong. Someone as strong as my father was, as my older brothers were, when I was a child. And even now that I have the strength of a grown man, my fear doesn't believe that I'm capable of defending myself if necessary. My fear believes that any sign of aggression toward me is a life or death situation, and logically, it prepares me to fight for my life. It kills my mind, it shows me my death, and it obliterates everything else. I have watched myself die ad infinitum, a little death, but then many small feet can tread a mighty path. My fear shows me the one true path, The path we were always meant to walk down together. The only way to escape from pain forever. And sometimes, when I feel completely alone, when I see each obstacle before me on the road to happiness as an insurmountable mountain, I let fear win. I get out of the driver's seat. I've had no shortage of tragedy in my life. For the longest time, I've let myself tumble through the current, letting existence have its way with me. Every blow that has been dealt to me, I have dealt again to myself tenfold. I cannot control what happens to me. I cannot control what other people do to me, what they say about me, or what they think of me. This lack of control, the feeling of being trapped in the events that are unfolding around me, it makes me feel like I'm back in the past, trapped in a never-ending cycle of annihilation. But it doesn't have to be this way. I can control my actions. I can choose to forgive myself, to forgive others for being the way that they are, for doing what they've done. I can choose to let go, to live. And that's what I'm trying to do. The work. Rewiring my brain down to the smallest flip of a neuron. It is a constant task of maintenance, like trying to catch water with a sieve. But I think it's worth the struggle. At least, it's better than drinking. Better than dying. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past me, I will turn to see fear's path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain.